Hello everyone, are you beginner in Blender? So don't worry, this video is for you. Today we are going to model a simple product and we will not use any kind of textures or something else. Rather than we will use simple colors which are principal colors, and also we will model this shape in 25 minutes, which will be grateful and informative, which will give you a lot of information about how to model something in Blender. The Blender right now I am using Blender 4.2 3.2. So here is a cube and this one camera and this light. In the left side we have these tools, and in the upper side we have this menu bar, and in the right side we have properties bar, and in the bottom we have timeline for creating animations. In this video we are creating just a simple model using the basic materials. We are not using the textures and anything else, and also we are using the 3-point light which will be in the end. So get started with the cube. So first, this is our camera. From here, if we click on this icon, we can go into the camera view, right? And from this we can move in and out. Also our scroll bar will be, if we pull it, it will move, zoom in and zoom out. This hand, it will drag your scene like this, and also if you hold the scroll bar and also with the shift, it can do as same, and it will change your perspective of viewing, right? And this is a gizmo where we can move around of the object or in the 3D scene. Okay, select the cube GZ and move it a little up. So now I want to scale it a bit up, so I will press S and Z to scale it up like this. Now I will hold shift and hold the middle mouse button, drag it a little bit in bottom. Now I will press tab and go to the edit mode. Also you can click on the object, and from here you can go to the edit mode, but here is a hard shortcut key which is tab button, right? Here are three things like face selection and edge selection, and here is the vertex selection. Vertex is a single point of the geometry, and this edge is a edge is a line between two segments. Face is a place between four edges or four vertices. Okay, so we can select edge to work on them. Now I'll select face and select the upper face, and then I will press E. E is extruding it, but I don't want to extrude it in the Z direction, so I will press S to scale it down like this. And now I need one more object. I will press shift A. From here I will select this circle and I will move it in the Z direction by pressing G and Z. So here it is, and now I'll press F, so the circle will have face. Okay, now I will press S to scale it down like this, and I'll place this here. I will select this bottom face and X to delete vertices because I don't need those. So I will go to this vertex selection and I'll select these all vertices by holding shift and selecting them, or you can press alt and just one click it will select all. And then I will press shift and alt. I will hold shift, press alt, and also left mouse button, so these all will be selected. Then I will do the right click, or you can go here to the face, and here you can find the bridge phrases or grid fill or fill, so it will create this kind of geometry which is almost okay. So now go to the face selection, select this face and GZ to move it a bit up, then E to extrude it in the Z direction like this. It is going to be our head of the bottle of the jar, right? So it's okay now. I will press E to extrude and S to scale it down like this. Now I will press E again and Z to extrude it down in the Z direction like this. Now our basic shape of the model is almost ready, but we need to do more adjustments here. So then I will select this one edge, this one by holding alt and doing left click, right, and also this one by holding shift and alt. Now I will press shift D to duplicate them and right click to place it wherever it was, and now I will press S to scale it up and Z to move it a bit up, and now I will press E to extrude it in the Z direction like this, and I will press F to fill it. Then I will press I to insert face like this, and I will again press E and extrude it in the Z direction. And now here's the part we were focusing on, bevel, right? So I will press alt and left click, select all these, and I will press Ctrl B, and now it is going to bevel it. Once it bevel, here is the property menu, you can open it and create segments or do any kind of adjustments you need. So I am going with these, and I'll increase the width from here, and I'll also increase the segments and I'll play with the shape to create the shape I like, right? I am happy with it. You can create whatever you like, right? Now I'll select these by pressing alt, and I'll do Ctrl B, and from the properties I will do this. I will select this one again with alt, and I will press shift R to repeat the last action. Alright, now it's time to build all these geometry. So what I'll do, I'll select all these by pressing alt. Alright, I will not select the bottom ones because we need to create a geometry for them rather than these. So I'll press Ctrl B to bevel. Oh, we need to also select this one. So Ctrl B to bevel, and I'll increase segments here. Now it's time to bevel the last part, which is this. So I'll press alt, I'll hold alt and left click, and now I'll press Ctrl B to bevel these. Once you are happy with the result, you can go with them. Now I'll select the bottom face and I'll press I to insert, and then I'll press S to scale down, and I'll press G and Z to move it a bit up for the grid geometry. In this video we are doing the basic coloring, and in the next video we will use some textures, right? So I'll select the upper geometry and press Ctrl plus L. So the head will be selected. So I will do the P, I'll press P and selection separate. So now if we go to the object mode, our head and our jar body is separate from each other. So I'll select face, head and right click and auto shade smooth, and also the jar, and then also auto shade smooth. Now we need to add the brand, like the logo. So I'll press shift and hold it, and then I'll move the cursor wherever I want to add text. So I want to here, and I will press right click and cursor will be here. Then we'll press shift A and go to the text and add text. Now it's in the opposite direction, so I will press R, X and 90 to rotate this one, and then we'll S to scale it down, and press tab and delete all these. Okay, if you press shift Z, you can or you can go to the wireframe. You can see them clearly, right? You can see clearly what you are writing. So I will write here the brand name is UZZER user ru. Okay, and here I will add something else. I will again rotate this in the X direction at 90, and then I will scale it down, and I will write here the company name. I am writing this from my mind. You can write whatever you like. Okay, so I will write here Care for Youth. So this is a company brand name, right? According to me, you can write whatever you like. Okay, now if you press D, you can move it wherever you like to move this one. Okay, and now I'll select this text and go to the edit mode, and I'll increase I'll do these all in the capital ABC, so I will do this. Okay, alright, go to the object mode, scale it up and then scale down in the X direction like this, and I will move this here. And also you can go to this data of font, and here you can increase or decrease the resolution and renders, and from here we will apply the geometry, like we can increase the offsets, which will destroy, which will make more geometry. And also you can extrude the text like this. I want to extrude it about 1 meter 0.01, and also this one about 1, and I'll select this one and go to the fonts, and I'll select from here. After clicking on fonts, you will go to the browser where you will find these all fonts. So here are a lot of fonts. Whatever you want to like, you can apply. So I will apply from here text with this one, because our brand is a bit professional, so I'll select this. Once you apply the font, you will find it over here. Now it looks crazy, right? Also for this one you can select from there, but I recommend it's simple, it's really good. Alright, now we need to add the plane, and we will press shift S, cursor to the world origin, and then shift S and select it to the cursor. Okay, now we will move all these things a bit up like this, and then we will select the plane, and as to scale it up. Alright, I want to take this plane to the edit mode, so I press tab button. You can also press that, and now I will extrude these both edges by pressing E and Z in the Z direction. Now I'll go to the object mode and G. When I press shift Z, then it will move just in X and Y direction, not in the Z direction. So I want this box over here, and if you go to the solid view, you can see these things like this. Now I will select all these stuff, and I'll press RZ to rotate them. Alright, now it's time to light L lights here, right? So I will add lights here. I will press shift A, and in the light I will add area light. It's too small and also not looking, so I'll press G and Z to move it up, and then from here in the properties you can increase its size like this, and also increase its strength, but now I'm adding it like randomly. I'll go to the Z view, okay, and I'll press this over here. I'll duplicate this one and place it over here, and then I'll again duplicate and place it over here. Now I will rotate this in the X direction like this, then in the Z direction I will rotate and place in the X and the Z direction. Then the last one, not the least, X and R and Y direction, RY, right? I will increase its strength about 30, and now we are going to this camera icon and we will change this EV to the cycles, and then we are going to select this one, which is viewport shading, right? It's looking very weird and just simple because we haven't add a single color or textures to them. So now it's time to increase the light and then we will add textures to them. So select the light, go to this light property, and this one I'll increase to the 100, and this one is about 30, and this one about 40. Now I will select the first text, go to this material and add a new material. From here you can change the text color. So I really want the color into black, and I'll decrease the hue saturation value to the 0, and also I will make it 0.25 metallic. I'll decrease roughness also to the 0.25. Okay, now I will select the second text, the small text, and I will add new texture to this one, and I will give it a little dark color with the purple, and I will decrease the roughness and increase the metallic into 15, and I will select the jar. Now the jar color I want is to be glossy, but in this video we are not going to create the gloss or something else because that takes time. So in this video we will create a simple color, red or yellow, but I recommend we will add yellow and red to create something new. Like I will select this and I will select this texture. For the glossy effect, we can do is to add metallic to 0.08 and decrease the roughness to this, and then we will go to the transmission and increase the weight about 0.17. Alright, and also our alpha is 1 point, so we will decrease into the 93 or 90. I really wanted 90, but 91 is also okay. So now we will select our jar, and then I will select here this one, and I will add a new texture from here, create the new one, and I will give it the black color and also increase the metallic about 80 or 81 or 91, it's okay, and decrease the roughness, and I will go to the tab with the selected of head. I will press A to select all, and from assign button I will assign all these here. Now if when we go back into the object mode, we will see this effect. So now you can see guys, our text is destroyed because we had increased the offset from here. If we decrease offset, our text is going to be good. So our this text care for youth is too much not visible. What we can do with this, we can shift D to duplicate it, and then take it shift, and then we can give it a little bit emission to this. Emission is also color, but it gives lights. Okay, so we will give this one emission and we will increase from here. Now it's time to add the camera, set the camera, right? So we will select the camera view, and from here we will lock this camera, then we will set it like this, and we will move the camera and adjust however you like it. So guys, the render properties for this object of me are going to be 9020 by 1080. Guys, we can add a lot of textures and lights to increase its quality and add more details, but I don't want to take your more time on this simple scene. So for this tutorial it is enough, and in the next tutorial we are going to focus on a bit advanced modeling and also texturing, in which we will use also UV editing. So take care, it's all for today. We will meet in the next tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe my channel and give a thumb to this video if you learned anything, and also don't forget to share your techniques, your tips, your tricks with me, because I'm also a learner as you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next scene.